Every night, something remarkable happens inside the human mind. We fall asleep in one world and awaken in another. We experience places we have never seen, events that never occurred, and conversations that never took place. Dreams can feel vivid, emotional, sometimes even indistinguishable from reality. Yet despite being a universal human experience, dreaming remains one of the brain's most fascinating mysteries. So why do we dream? To begin answering that, we need to look at what happens during sleep. Sleep is not a single, uniform state. It unfolds in cycles, moving through different stages, each with distinct patterns of brain activity. One of those stages is known as REM sleep, short for rapid eye movement. During REM sleep, the brain becomes highly active. In fact, certain regions of the brain show activity levels similar to waking. Meanwhile, the body remains largely immobilized, a protective mechanism that prevents us from physically acting out our dreams. Inside the brain, however, a different story unfolds. Visual areas activate, emotion-related structures engage, memory networks light up. The brain generates rich internal experiences. Without any external sensory input, dreaming is not passive imagery, it is active construction. For most of human history, dreams were interpreted through mythology, symbolism, or spirituality. But modern neuroscience approaches dreams from a different angle. Instead of asking what dreams mean, researchers ask what dreams do. One of the most widely accepted ideas is that dreaming is connected to memory processing. Throughout the day, the brain constantly absorbs information. Experiences, faces, emotions, and events are encoded into neural patterns. Sleep provides time for the brain to reorganize and stabilize those patterns. Dreams may reflect fragments of this internal reorganization. This helps explain why dreams often blend familiar elements in unexpected ways. A childhood home may appear beside a recent conversation. People from different periods of life coexist. The brain is not replaying reality, it is reshuffling stored information. Another influential theory links dreaming to emotional regulation. Experiences are not just informational, they carry emotional significance. During sleep, the brain may revisit certain emotional themes. In a low-risk, simulated environment, dreaming could allow the mind to process feelings, reduce emotional intensity, or integrate unresolved reactions. This may be why emotionally charged events frequently appear in dreams. Some scientists propose an even broader function. Dreams may act as a form of mental simulation, a way for the brain to rehearse situations, explore possibilities, and refine behavioral responses. In this view, dreams become a kind of virtual reality generated by the brain itself. Interestingly, dreams rarely follow the logic of waking life. Time shifts without warning. Locations change instantly. Events violate physical rules. This happens because the brain does not operate in its normal waking configuration. Regions involved in critical reasoning and self-monitoring are less active during REM sleep. At the same time, emotional and sensory areas remain highly engaged. The result is an experience that feels coherent while it is happening, even if it appears irrational afterward. Despite decades of research, no single explanation fully accounts for dreaming. Dreams likely serve multiple overlapping roles: memory organization, emotional processing, cognitive maintenance, neural activation. What makes dreaming especially intriguing is its consistency across humanity, across cultures, across history, across vastly different environments. Nearly every human brain dreams. Even individuals who are blind from birth experience dreams, though their sensory qualities differ. This suggests dreaming is not dependent on vision alone. It is a fundamental function of the brain, but perhaps the most curious aspect of dreaming is how real it feels. While dreaming, the mind rarely questions its own reality. The brain constructs an environment and temporarily accepts it as genuine. Each night, consciousness enters a world created entirely from internal activity, a private reality generated by the sleeping brain. At its core, dreaming may simply be what ongoing brain activity feels like. When disconnected from the external world, the brain does not shut down during sleep. It reorganizes, regulates, and remains dynamically active. Dreams may be the subjective experience of that activity, and yet the mystery persists. We can observe the mechanisms, we can measure the activity, but the exact purpose of dreaming remains an open question. This has been Questions Answered. What's the most memorable dream you've ever had? Let me know in the comments. And if there's an everyday question you've always wondered about, suggest it below. It might become a future video. If you enjoy exploring the science behind everyday experiences, consider subscribing to Questions Answered. Thanks for watching.